These new gen guys, they just understand the space between you better. Like they manipulate the space between you, and we just saw it with Ngannou. You know, he just has a better understanding of the space between you and his opponent.
Well,
and how to use
past the stand and bang phase. That shit's done. That stand and bang phase is done. Yes, at a world-class level. Stand and bang is done.
At a world-class level, yes.
Yeah. And everybody wants to be world-class. When you see guys like Conor McGregor raising that fucking bar, and then you see the new ones coming up, like the Yair Rodriguez, like the fucking Cody Garbrandt, who can be next level. Yeah. And what are they doing? They're moving like a motherfucker.
Distance control, movement.
There's no stand and bang. No. It's calculated exchanges, calculated risk, world-class technique. Everybody's accelerated. Everything is way higher, way higher level.
And then they're at this new level, and they're accelerating in their ability to improve from that level. So it's like exponential, and it's weird. And then young guys coming up. I commentated some fights between, I was telling Brendan, an 18-year-old named Tony Laramie and a 20-year-old named Keith Lee, Kevin Lee's little brother from Vegas. They were both 0-0, and it was some high-level shit. High level. The way that they played at distance, the way that they manipulated the timing, it was fucking crazy for TKO for Fight Pass.
Yeah, nothing is accelerating faster than high-level MMA right now. If you go back 20 years ago and look at it where it is today, there's not a sport in the world where you see that much of a jump between 20 years ago and today.
It's so new.
In the world.
It's like technology. It's moving like technology. It's evolving like a technology. Exactly.
The question is, when are we going to see a guy who kicks like Yair and also has Joe Schilling style Muay Thai and also can box like Cody Garbrandt?
He's 13 right now.
Yeah, exactly.
10 years. Yeah.
There are 18-year-olds right now that are blowing your mind.
And that's why when you see a guy like Yair and you see this next level expression, you realize like, wow, the horizon is going to be bananas. We're going to see guys like Yair fighting another guy like Yair. And we're just going to see chaos.
And their level of performance, just their ability psychologically to fight, and that's growing exponentially.
Conor's raising that individually by himself. He is raising everyone's expectations for how someone performs under pressure. He steps in there against Jose Aldo and fucking sleeps him in 13 seconds in a fight that he's been talking shit about for a year. For a straight solid year, world tour, telling everybody he's going to fuck him up, and he goes and starches him with one punch.
In exactly the way that you knew if he was going to do it, drawing. And that was a punch you had seen him use, and that strike he'd been using since in England and Ireland before he ever fought in the UFC. He was landing that in space, drawing you forward.
It's one of my favorite tweets ever that I tweeted him in like 2013. I said I'm a big fan. I hope you get into the UFC one day.
Boom.
What fight?
He tweeted back
What fight was it that got you into him?
Oh, man, I watched a bunch of his fights from England, but it was one fight where he slid back and KO'd this dude with his perfectly placed left hand.
Yeah.
And I was like, this kid's got some fucking timing. And like Faraz Zahabi describes, the touch of death.
Yep. No, when you got that kind of, but it's power. You can see his body is built to deliver that power, but it's technique. It's clean,
big shoulders, man.
Technique. It's also he's a big thought. Dude. You know, he's very the way he's approaching the game is very thoughtful. He's thinking it through, like getting down with Ido Portal and just concentrating on the ability to move your body better. Just all, across the board, having that kind of dexterity.
To think better, to perform better.
Your views on the movement stuff?
Absolutely not.
You haven't? You're sticking with that?
Yeah, I think it's all bullshit.
It's definitely not bullshit.
It's
definitely not bullshit.
How is movement bullshit?
I don't think it's bullshit. I think it can help you, but you better have the foundation, the skills of Conor McGregor before you bring in a movement coach like that.
Nobody says you cut other shit out. Just talking about doing movement stuff. I think it's very important. Like gymnastic natural, the way those Brazilians and
gymnastic natural.
That's real shit. I see it in breakdancing. Breakdancing is movement, the ultimate movement drills. And I see it personally in jiu-jitsu. All those guys from the Freak Show, they all did jiu-jitsu and all got really good really quick. So it does
The Freak
help.
Show for the uninitiated is Richie and Gio Martinez down in San Diego. They're bad motherfuckers who are badass breakdancers who have turned into jiu-jitsu black belts who are out there murking people. And Eddie told me about it when these guys were white belts. He told me about it. He's like, dude, I got these new guys. They're white belts and they're phenomenal. Like everybody knew it like right away that they have this very unusual ability. And you know what, man? You got to give it up to the man Rickson Gracie, because he figured it out before anybody. You go back to those 1994 Rickson Gracie videos where Rickson was in Santa Monica, standing on a balance bar, stretching his leg overhead in a full split. He was doing the rings. He was walking on his hands. He was doing all those breathing exercises. He was down with yoga and movement
doing
and
the splits,
dexterity and flexibility before anybody.
At this point, you know, in the beginning of the UFC, we always had to, be careful how you explain the fights and the rules and how everything was broken down. But now it doesn't matter. The UFC is so big, we don't have to if we want the sport to be huge, it's already huge, right? It's already.
You got to go to
huge.
another level, though.
This is a crazy level, man. It's on Fox. I mean, it's crazy.
It is a crazy level, but I think the Conor McGregor level, the Conor McGregor's taken it to the next level, and it's going to go one level above that. I think it's going to continue to grow.
And it's not by taking stupid fights and just never becoming world champion.
It's about being professional, and I think if you did look at it in a professional manner, I agree with Brendan. But I also agree with Eddie.
We're both right, Brendan.
Yeah. Well, there's no
depends
right
on
or
your
wrong.
fighter.
Because here's the thing. Conor McGregor took the fight with Nate Diaz on very fucking short notice. 11 days. Takes an 11 days notice fight. Fights at 70. You know, doesn't cut any weight at all when he's supposed to be fighting at 55 for the title. Takes a giant chance and winds up losing. Okay, so you're right and you're wrong. Like, that's part of what made the legend of Conor McGregor, that he's willing to do something so fucking crazy. But now he's in this stratospheric position where he's worldwide, where dads come up to me at my fucking kid's school and they want to talk to me about that crazy Irish guy.
Just him, yeah.
Yeah, they don't. No one wants to talk to me about Ronda anymore. Nope. They don't know who the fuck Francis Ngannou is.
Don't give a fuck either.
They will. Guarantee you.
Yeah. Francis?
Fuck yeah.
I bought that tonight.
The heavyweights are always the scariest. You know that. That guy
They're
keeps
scary.
murking people.
Yeah.
He keeps murking people like that.
It murks people, gets personality, then you got something.
He's a Tyson-like character.
There have been a lot of guys
Czech
like
Congo.
that.
Yeah.
That come out
He's
strong,
Czech Congo.
and then
Yes.
I can name a few. I don't want to name.
I want to
a few,
see
but
him screaming in French. Stop getting him to talk in English. I want you to scream in French. And I want him to grab his cock and
Bring it out.
like he's making
Rinse the sweat out of it.
and scream and
throw it in the camera.
That is a super athlete. That is a rare athlete with some serious fucking ability and mindset. He's got a destroyer's mindset. That guy has all the tools to be a world champion.